Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Silent here with another Minecraft video. In today's video, we are doing the tutorial on my newest tree farm design for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. This tree farm can handle a tree every 24 game tick, which is pretty awesome. Some quick info about the farm is that you will have to build it in a certain direction, and you will have to build it in a certain biome. Um, to make sure our snow golem does not die, and just don't put it in a hot biome. That is all, to be honest. Um, Other than that, rates of this farm are 9,000 logs plus 9,000 plus logs an hour for oak, 12,000 plus logs an hour for spruce, 15 plus thousand logs an hour for birch, and 16 plus thousand logs an hour for jungle. And if you want to go ahead and see the showcase video on this design, I will link it down in the description down below. Also crediting GX70 67, which has a couple of influences on this design. Anyway, guys, I hope that will explain enough about this farm, and yeah, let's go straight into this tutorial. That gets started, there's one thing I need to say though is that the side parts are directional. I have noticed some directional issues with them. That is why I will recommend building it in the same direction I am building it in, just to prevent any issues from happening. So we're gonna start watching east. So this is east. Alright, this is our dirt block where we start. We're gonna go up by one. Gonna go off two to the side. We can break that for now. Go out three to the side, I mean, and then place three blocks like that. And now you want to place your pistons, which are gonna go back there and back there. You want to go up by one and place three honey blocks just like that, and place your pistons behind them. Now we're basically gonna copy this. Though the farm is 8 high, till you have 8 of these layers right here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do some pistons. So that is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be on the other side. There we go, just like that. Now you just want to go ahead and continue with the same pattern with the slime and honey blocks. Just simply like that. Now you want to fill up the space with any block you want. It doesn't have to be a solid block, it can be glass or basically anything you want it to be. It doesn't really matter that much. Just make sure you don't, I wouldn't recommend using sea lanterns or any light source right there, because the constant moving, because they will be moving almost constantly, which will create light updates, which is definitely, you definitely want to prevent, is getting extra lag. Then you want to go ahead and put your blocks in front just like that. Alright, next up we're gonna go to the side right here, and I use the green terracotta block because I think it just fits in with the tree farm. But if you want to use obsidian or any of other non-movable block, go ahead, make sure you get a non-movable block. That's the most important part. So uh, at every layer of the honey block you want to go out by 3, and then you can fill in this row and just fill in those gaps right there. Now in these gaps you can just place normal blocks. There's no need to place immovable objects right there. What I like to do is usually put some sea lanterns in these gaps, which makes your farm nice and lit up in nighttime, so it will not be spawned by mobs. There will be no mob spawning on in your farm. I want to again apologize for probably a bad explanation, as I have not done one of these videos in a really long time. We're gonna go to the other side right here, tree out, just like that, go all the way up. And yeah, we're gonna just fill in these gaps once again, and once again place some solid blocks right there. And just because I like it, I'm gonna place some sea lanterns to lit up the farm on the inside. I should have something looking a little bit like this. Right, we're gonna go up here and place two solid blocks just like that. Then we're gonna create a little bit of a C with honey blocks. Make sure they're honey blocks. And we're gonna place two slime blocks, and we're gonna create another C right at the bottom. Now we're gonna fill in these two gaps, and we're gonna place blocks all along the back side, and we're gonna be having a normal piston just up there. Right, I kind of forgot to place the pistons in this design, but I kind of prefer doing the slime and honey layout before placing the pistons. So I'm gonna knock those out right now. Place two pistons, close them back up, remove those blocks. Same for the slime blocks. Just like that. It's not really that hard. Just like that. Alright, now we're gonna go over to the next side, which is gonna be pretty much the same, but just raised up by one. So we're gonna place two solid blocks, a C out of slime blocks this time, two honey blocks, and another C right on top of it. And we're gonna fill all of this in, leave that block for now, and that as well, and we can place a normal piston, just like that right there. And again, we're gonna place our pistons, which are gonna go at the bottom, in the middle, and on the top. So bottom, middle, and your last two pistons are gonna come up here. There we go. You should have something a little bit like this. Now, of course, obviously, due to the bug that I mentioned earlier in the video, you want to go ahead and take out that piston just for now. I will definitely just make a video when that bug gets fixed, or when I have a solution for that. Alright, let's continue the work. You want to come right here next to this one piston on the right side. Want to build up sticky pistons all the way going to the top level. And you want to go back just like that and place two pistons, two sticky pistons, and again make this connect all the way to the top level. Now, just for now, before you activate the farm, you will need some blocks right here. These blocks will eventually be changed to logs, but make sure you have some blocks in those locations. And I'm just gonna quickly fly above the farm to show you guys the product that you should have right now. Alright guys, that is something really quick off camera. I placed a row of blocks at the bottom of all our piston layout, just around the corners around the farm, and make sure that they're immovable. They don't really all have to be immovable blocks, but it won't look really good if you randomly, because right here you don't need it, put that. It will kind of mess up the looks of the design. We'll also eventually make some holes in this to get our hopper clock and all installed. Now you want to go ahead and place a torch right there. I'm gonna place a temporary hopper. We'll have to change the direction of the hopper once we put our hopper floor and or the dropper for our sapling return in. You want to go ahead and place a piston below your dirt. And while we're doing this, I want to give credits to GX67, I believe, uh, for this detection, as it was his reply to my video that got me using this detection system. Basically, I made a video about different detection systems um, on Bedrock Edition, and he replied to me with some better ones, and this was the fastest one, so I want to give him some credits for that. As you can see, you I kind of forgot to explain what I'm doing here. You go down and you place that comparator going straight into your piston. Then you take a redstone line with a 2-tick delay repeater going into the comparator, and now if you place a block, you see that is really fast. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and start wiring up this farm. So we're gonna go and come to this backside right here and place ourselves slabs. Just like that, and we'll do it on the other side as well. And you can go ahead and fill this all with redstone dust. And you want to go ahead and go down by just a solid block, just like that. You want to go ahead and do the same on the other side. Fill this in with redstone and come down by a solid block. And on this side you actually want to go up by one more level, because this is going to be an extra piston up here that will deal with some other stuff. Right, next up we're gonna go ahead and come to the side, and we're gonna go diagonally down from this piston and break those blocks out. So gonna remove those and place an observer in those spots. There we go, just like that. Now I'm just quickly gonna grab a piston. A normal piston, by the way, guys. And you want to go and place that right down there. Maybe we're gonna come to this other side and we're gonna do the exact same thing. So diagonally down from each piston we're gonna break the block. So that block is not diagonally down, so we're just gonna leave it right where it is. We place ourselves the observers, make sure they're facing in towards the pistons. And we will also place ourselves a normal piston down here at the bottom, just like that. Alright, so next up we're gonna go ahead and connect this up to our detection system. So you want to place that block in between there. You want to come down by 2 blocks, and then you want to come down by 2 blocks again, so we're at the same height of our detection system. 2 dust right there, 2 dust right there, a 4-tick relay repeater, and a 1-tick. You can do a 4-tick right there and a 1-tick right here. Doesn't really matter as long as there is a 4-tick and a 1-tick delay repeater. So we're just gonna test this out by simply placing a block. There we go, that is precisely what should happen. Alright, so next up we're gonna go ahead and connect these up to our pistons on the side right there. So in order to do that, it's honestly really simple. We're just gonna make a line just going straight into our piston. Really straightforward. Now if you wanna go ahead and test this again, you should be able to see that our block gets pushed over and our pistons fully retract. Now you can also notice that these blocks now have been pushed up by 1. That makes it perfect to place this one in. So you go up by 1 block and place your piston immediately downwards, just like that. And the same on this side, just simply like that. You could also lower this piston down, but I kind of prefer to have him on the same level. Right, next up guys, we want to go ahead and place a sticky piston with a redstone block, which I don't have in my inventory for some reason. A redstone block right there. We're gonna place 2 blocks next to it and then just connect these up to the pistons. Place a 2-tick delay repeater and some redstone dust over those blocks. Make sure they're solid blocks, by the way. And now when we place our block, we should see that happen. That's the first thing that will happen. It will not do anything and it will push these back down. And now when we do it, should work every single time, and as you can see, they're pushed back down just like they're supposed to. Right, we're gonna come to the side just down here, and we're gonna place our observers. Um, and I think it's gonna be easier to remove this row of blocks, but I'm gonna try to do it without it. So we're gonna place our observers facing into these blocks, each time diagonally below our piston, which means we're gonna have one right here, and gonna place two blocks. There should be a piston right there, but you know, because of the bug we took it out. But we're also gonna place this observer so it's easy to so you don't have to change that up later on when the bug will be fixed. So you can already place your observer right there. You go up by two blocks, and once again we're gonna place our observer right there. We're gonna place a one block on top of it, and we're gonna go ahead and place a downwards facing piston just right there, and a upwards facing piston at the bottom. Pretty straightforward, guys, just like that. And we're gonna come around to the other side, and we're gonna do the same thing. So diagonally down, which means that block should be a observer. Go up by two blocks, obviously no piston, but still, just in case, we'll place that observer right there. Two blocks, observer, and a piston facing downwards. Yeah, alright. And to make this piston at the same height of the other one, let's just place one more block under this one, and then our piston. Just like that, everything should be on the same height right now, which makes it really easy and good to wire up. Alright, next up what we gotta do is make a slab stair behind these secondary row of pistons. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Just like that, and we place redstone over all of them. Gonna do the same thing on the other side, so starting at the top right there. And we fill that all with redstone dust. Alright, now you just simply want to go and go down by one more solid block, put redstone dust on top of that. Go down one more to the side and connect this up to this piston. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same on the other side, so we go down and connect this up to that piston. Alright, a quick notice is that we might have to change some stuff up how we wire that down there, but we'll do that when we are starting at that bottom section and the entrance later on. Now it's super simple. You just want to connect these two lines up with a 1 tick repeater delay between them. So we're gonna go ahead and big block this repeater right there, put a 1 tick delay repeater, and you can place a block, and that will connect to that side. We're gonna do the exact same thing right here. So dust repeater block, boom, gap, done. And this should now all be functioning. All we need to do is also get the wiring for this return piston in. So we're gonna go extend this one by one block, put redstone over him, put a 1 tick delay repeater and a block on top. Gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing on this side. So extend this, put redstone dust, a 1 tick delay repeater, and a block. I may have wired it a little bit different in the original design, but doing the tutorial makes me wire things smarter and compactor than the design right there, which won't affect the farm at all, by the way. Once we've done all that, we can go ahead and... Alright, wait. I don't know if I did this on purpose or not, but these should be honey blocks. I think I explained it and changed them after the explanation on accident or something. Make sure these are honey blocks. But with that all being wired up, we're gonna go ahead and place a block and see what happens. You see, obviously it's gonna get catched by these slime blocks, and that is only because this side is not being activated yet. But this is exactly what should happen. So don't worry about it being grabbed on by the slime or honey blocks. It is all okay. Right, we're gonna go ahead and already go to our um, last wiring section, which is gonna be this side right here, and it should be pretty straightforward. So let's go into it. And before we do that, I want to give another credit to GX67, as this part of getting the locks out of the system is also something he used in his design, and I'm basically using the same wiring as he did, because it is probably the most efficient way of doing things. Anyway, with that being said, let's just continue the work. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and place two blocks like that, one inward, place redstone dust on all of them, place two uh, a 4x4, a 2x2, just like that. I mean a 2x2, not a 4x4. A 3-tick delay repeater, a 1-tick delay repeater, and two redstone dust in front. You want to go up by one right there, and place a normal piston facing upwards. Now I'm just gonna break this block. We want to place observers going into the farm, so make sure you're also facing the same way. Um, all the way up till this exact height, and then you want to go and skip a block, make sure there's a gap, and place a normal piston facing downwards, just like that. Next up, you want to go by two blocks right here, and another two in this direction. You want to place two 3-tick delay repeaters on top of those blocks. Put a block in front of it. Okay, put a block in front of it, and put a redstone torch on top, just like that. You want to go ahead and place another block on top of it with another redstone torch, just like that. You want to place two normal blocks right here with redstone dust on them, and a block going into that block. On top of that block, there will be another redstone torch. Right, guys, we place a block up there, a blocks going just like that. Now you want to place blocks going all the way up, just like I did right there, and a block down there. I'm gonna place a slab, 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 and you basically want to just create yourself another slab staircase. Should have something like this. Now you just want to go ahead and fill this all up with redstone dust again. Just like that. Now you also want to connect that top piston to the same wiring, so just simply place a block right there and a redstone dust. Alright, coming to the side, we're also gonna go and place blocks going up like that, skipping one each time. And we're gonna place, make another slabs there. So we're gonna do that right here. Place slabs next to all of those blocks, and just gonna place some solid blocks to place my slabs against to. And then just put redstone all over these blocks. I know I'm probably definitely not the best person of explaining these things, but I have been away from this game and tutorials for a really long time. I really apologize. But if there's anything unclear, you can always let me know in the comment section down below. Anyway, with that being wired up, we can do the next test. We place a block, and you can see that it is being completely removed out of the farm, which is exactly what you want to have. Alright guys, for the next step, we're gonna go ahead and get our droppers and our dispensers out real fast. And we're also going to need a trapdoor, a wooden trapdoor to be precise, just like that. You want to go ahead and place your wooden trapdoor against that hopper. Make sure it opens just like it's opening right here. That way it's easiest way to do. You want to place yourself a dropper up on that redstone dust, just like that. And you want to place two droppers facing up right here and two droppers facing up right here with a dispenser going to the middle, just like that. Alright guys, I quickly had to check because I thought I figured I was wrong. We need to put an extra dropper at the bottom of each of these blocks. So dropper, and we can remove that block again, and yeah, just like that. Now you want to go ahead and grab your hoppers out and basically just connect, make this whole floor with the hoppers. You'll see that you can't really pass this area right here, and I'll show you how I will fix that. We're gonna just go back here and loop this around. Really simple, guys, just like that. And a hopper right there, just going into the dispenser. Um, you obviously can add way more hoppers like below and behind the farm, because I've noticed that a lot of saplings actually land up on these blocks. So what I would suggest is to fill in these gaps and put some extra hoppers or like water streams at the bottom to collect more saplings, which I really highly recommend doing. Alright guys, here on the side, oh, I accidentally broke those blocks. Gonna remove this just for now. Gonna place a torch right there, which will activate our dropper. And we're gonna place an observer at the back. So we're gonna have to change up some wiring back here. So we wanna place a slab or a full block. It doesn't really matter right there. You wanna come out by one redstone dust. Make this back into a solid block and put redstone on top of the piston just like that. Now just for the test, let's just plant and put some random items in here, that way you know it's actually working. There we go, it gave us back two of our saplings, so that is perfect, works perfectly fine. Right guys, before I forgot, we had to redirect the hopper underneath our repeater right there, so we're gonna make sure we put that in the right direction, facing one of these other hoppers that will go into this dropper, and we want to just place our repeater back on top of it. Hey guys, we're literally almost finished already. We're gonna go ahead and grab our hoppers, break out some of these blocks just for now, and I still don't know how to crouch while flying on Bedrock Edition, so I'm just gonna put some temporary blocks. We're gonna go out with our hoppers just like this, and we can place our redstone dust on top of them again. Alright guys, I just took out these blocks just for now, and we're gonna place a repeater and another repeater, some redstone dust just like that. I'm also gonna grab some extra hoppers. We can again, I'm gonna go from the outside of the farm. We can again place that block, and I'm going to place two extra hoppers just in case any of the saplings actually land on here, and put some redstone dust on top of that. Now we can come out here, put a block just like that, put our comparator on subtraction mode obviously, and put some redstone dust like that. Now obviously we can't have this connected, so we're gonna have to replace this one with a solid block just like that. Alright, we're pretty much done. All we need to do is connect this up and make sure these bottom droppers are dispensing, and then this farm is completely operational. So in order to do that, we're gonna go ahead and grab some redstone blocks, some pistons. I'm gonna place a redstone block right there. Gonna go down and place a sticky piston down there just like that. We want to place two observers facing upwards under these droppers right here, so we're going to quickly do that right now. Simply just like that. Now we want to place an observer downwards right here and downwards right there, and we need some slime blocks as well. Gonna put a slime block right there, a sticky piston facing in, which if we extend this, clock works. If we extend this, clock works. So all we need to do is just make our little area down here at the bottom where we can run around and flick on the lever to actually uh, turn the farm on and off. So we're gonna grab some blocks and some hoppers and actually some chests. And I would recommend using normal chests because things are pretty tight down here and there's not really a lot of space, so you might interfere with some redstone on top. Uh, Actually, you won't. No, you won't. You'll be fine. I've changed things up a little bit for the tutorial than my original design and how I wire things, because just simply rebuilding this design makes me see things differently. I'm gonna have to go do that from this side right here. Place your 2 double chests just like that. These will be your input. Make sure you put bone meal in both of them because there is no distribution system, as I really didn't have any space to build it right now. And then what's left to do is our on off switch. This is gonna go on that block right there. So we're gonna grab ourselves a lever real fast. Lever, I mean, I don't know how English people pronounce it, to be honest. We're gonna go down and we're just simply gonna connect this up to this piston and then again connect it up to that piston right there. So we're gonna go up right here, right there, and just go right next to the piston. So if we put redstone on all of those blocks and we flick ourselves our lever, you should see this is extended. Our farm should be fully operational right now. And yeah, all what's left to do right now is to set up our wither cage, which shouldn't be hard at all. Alright guys, we're gonna go right there above that block and we're gonna build ourselves our pistons. Make sure they're 8 high, simply like that. Now you wanna go out by 3 blocks. Let me quickly rethink that. It is 4 blocks. And place yourself your first piston down, second piston down, and third. You can remove those top pistons. And you can remove those temporary blocks right there. You want to go ahead and grab some obsidian and place them above and just like that. I'm going to do the same thing at the bottom, so go out by 4 blocks and make sure your first one is right there, and just like that, right there. Now you should have something looking like this, and again you want to place some obsidian behind and below the pistons. Alright guys, next up we're gonna place our vertical pistons and our horizontal pistons, and sorry guys, gonna place 2 pistons just like that behind that, and we're gonna do the same thing for these 3 rows. So you would have something a bit like this. Right now it's time to summon in the wither before we actually wire this thing up, because otherwise the wither will spawn and break some of our blocks. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Right, we're gonna go on top of this piston, go out by 5 blocks, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're gonna place our first bedrock on top of that block, and I broke that obsidian block on accident. Simply like that. We're gonna go up by 3 blocks and make this square around, just like that. And that is pretty much the wither cage. Now obviously I have in my other design right over there, I built a whole square around it, which I'm gonna do again because I highly recommend doing that, as I don't want the wither to see anyone and break, and in that case break the farm. So we're gonna go ahead and summon our wither. We're gonna get some soul sand. and some wither skulls, wither skeleton skulls. And the easiest way to summon it in is do it on the same side as I do, as you build the farm directionally, just like me, and put it on this side of the farm. And I'm gonna need some bedrock. Place three skulls. He will just drop straight in, and you can just simply block him off. It won't be as easy in survival. I will ensure you guys that. I know there is a better way of actually trapping him, a way safer way to do it, and I will definitely do that. And as you can see, it still broke some of my pistons, which is no problem at all. Um, but there is a way safer way to trap him in. And I mean, it will still break the blocks, but it will be way easier to do in survival Minecraft. So we're definitely gonna go and do an extra tutorial on that, on how to trap the wither. Um, so stay tuned for when that comes out. But if you want to go ahead and try this one out, yeah, good luck. Um, because I haven't worked with wither mechanics in a little while, that is why I won't be uploading it right now. Um, we can just rebuild this back up. We can put these pistons back. And I feel like we broke some stuff back here as well. Wow, this wither really did some damage. And we should be back to normal right now. Alright, we want to go ahead and make this safe for your survival, so we're gonna go down by 2, down by 2, down by 1. Make sure on this side you only go down by 1, because we still need place for our dispenser. And down by 2, just like that. Now we want to fill in these corner blocks. And also make sure the stop layer is completely filled in. Don't place that block, don't place that block. Be sure you're watching carefully, don't place that block. I would like to extend this by 1 on this side as well. And basically the breaking reach of this wither is, this is where the wither is at. Will be 2 in this direction, 2 in this direction, and 1 in these directions. So meaning only he can only break these blocks right here, which is perfect for what we want. Right guys, now for the wiring of this is really straightforward. So we're gonna come down here with the usual, and I broke some stuff again. I'm breaking everything guys today. I'm gonna come down here quickly, get ourselves a torch and some slabs. Alright, we're gonna place a torch right there, blocks, skipping one, going up. We're gonna put redstone dust on all of them. I'm gonna put a block right next to that, redstone dust, and then we can do our slab tower right here. You can always use glass instead of slabs, or what's it called, glowstone instead of glass for these towers. That might be easier to build in survival Minecraft. And now we should have something a bit like this, and you know, pretty straightforward. So when we place a block, it will get pushed out pretty much instantly. Alright, something must have gone wrong while recording, so I will just paste it in between the video. But I finished the whole farm, and I was editing the video, and turns out that this particular part was forgotten to record. So we basically go up like this. I need a repeater. Let's just quickly grab that from there. We put a 3-tick delay repeater right there. We put redstone dust. All of those blocks, we go down by 1 with glass. Make sure it's glass. We go down with another one with glass. We go in, and then we go down again. It's pretty weird to explain, but you can pretty much just see it happening. You want to place a 3-tick delay repeater right there, put redstone dust on all of those blocks. Want to come down here, which is just down from this glass block, and want to place some redstone dust. This actually can be a normal block, just like that, and I'm pretty sure this can be a normal block as well. Other than that, there's a 4 delay repeater going directly into the dispenser, and then the rest going up into our snowball farm, which I think I explained later on the video. So yeah, that's it. Right, obviously this will take a whole bunch of snowballs, which is why we will have to add a snowball farm just up here, which is really simple. You want to place 2 glass panes like that. I mean, honestly, you could only need one right on top. Make sure you use the top one then if you only use one. Um, and you want to place 2 blocks just like that. A piston down here at the bottom. And just a block on top. You want to place 2 snow blocks and the pumpkin above. Just like that. And now whenever you push, it will farm snowballs. I mean, obviously I farmed a little bit before, but yeah, you can see it works. Alright, we obviously don't want this to run non-stop because the snowballs will eventually just start uh, stacking up here and lagging out your world. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna simply connect this up to this redstone line. That way, every time we farm a tree, 1 snowball gets farmed, and that should get us out of trouble. But before we do that, I would recommend, just in case there's some buggy stuff going on, to actually just power this piston a couple of times. That way you have some snowballs to start with. And yeah, just in case, guys, you know what I mean. And then just put 2 blocks up like that and connect it up just like that. And to be honest, that is literally everything you have to do to complete this farm. What I would recommend doing so is putting glass on the sides like this to make sure none of your items will get stuck on your redstone wires, and also glass on the side right here. And then you can collect your items at the bottom right here in whatever way you would like, with water streams, with hoppers. It is completely up to you on how you want to collect your items down there. And yeah, I'm gonna just quickly plant some trees to see if it's all functional, and I'll quickly do that on camera as well, might as well. Get some birch going on right now. Get some bone meal. Actually, you're gonna need way more bone meal. Gonna turn on the farm. Gonna put 4 stacks of bone meal on this one. Gonna put 4 stacks of bone meal on this one. And if you want, to be honest, you could hook this up to some sort of a zero-tick bamboo farm and or kelp farm, and let it lead into a compost bin. That way you make it self-sustainable. And yeah, that should be functioning as well. We're just gonna plant some trees. And I can already hear the wither break our trees. And this will eventually overflow, guys. And so make sure every time you AFK you grab out your saplings. It will trigger twice every harvest. That way you get 2 saplings back. And I seem to have missed a redstone dust while the wither exploded the whole farm. So make sure you look into that. I mean, this is really unfortunate, but I'm sure whenever Bedrock fixes their stuff, that will be a fixed thing. As you can see, works perfectly fine. Every single one of these blocks are getting harvested, and they're going to drop down at the bottom right here. And yeah, I think that rounds up today's farm. If you enjoyed, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace. One more thing that I completely forgot to mention is that an automatic oak switch was unfortunately really extremely hard to do, which is why we left it out for now. And you simply to have oak mode on, I'm just gonna go ahead and get some obsidian. You want to place on this height an obsidian block right above your dirt and just remove those two dirt blocks. And yeah, that should be everything you need to do for oak mode, just so you know. Right, guys, I noticed that a lot of saplings were actually getting through these piston arms right here, so we're gonna put some glass blocks at the back, right, just like that. And there is only one thing left to do right now, and that is cut off this redstone line, because in for oak mode, the trees actually grow really fast after one another, and it will eventually break the farm because sometimes the trees just grow faster than 24 game ticks. So we're gonna put a piston right there, and we're just simply gonna connect this up to this line. Really simple, guys. And yeah, now the farm is completely done. I hope you can use this really well in your survival Minecraft, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.